Hello and welcome to the Crafty Princess Diaries podcast. Today I am filming episode 7. It is entitled Addicted to Amigurumi. I entitled it that because it seems like that's what's happening with me lately, and I guess it's not really new. I do love amigurumi, but anyway, I have a lot to show you today as far as amigurumi goes, so hopefully you like stuffed toys. My show notes, as usual, you can find them over at my weblog called tammypowley.com. That's TAMMYPOWLEY. I also have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to. If you go over to YouTube and just look for my name, that's the easiest way to find me, unless you go to my show notes where it's going to be linked at. And also, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I do have a Facebook page. It's not a group, it's a page. Well, actually, I have a group too, but I'll mention that later if I remember it. But it's not related to crafting. But I have a Facebook page related to crafting. My blog updates directly into that that page. So if you are a Facebook person, you could go over there. Again, I'll just add the link in my show notes, and then you'll get notifications. As long as you remember, when you join any type of Facebook page or group, especially the pages, not only do you have to join or like it, but you have to indicate, you have to do that drop down menu thing and click on that you want notifications. Otherwise, you won't get them. You'll just have liked the page and that's it. So today is, what is today? October 21st, I think? Let me look on the calendar. No, it's the 20th. Whew, got an extra day. Today's October 20th, 2014, and I am in sunny Florida, and it is not cold here in the least, but I'm pretending like it is today. Okay, I'm wearing this. It's 69, 70 degrees out right now, and it's going to get up into the 80s, and I have the air conditioning cranking while I do this so that I could just wear this because it would be nice to wear it someday. But yeah, it's late into October almost, and it's still pretty hot here, but honestly, 80s, I'll take it over 90s because boy, it has been brutally hot this summer. So, all right, as usual, I'm going to have some stuff at the end of the podcast that you may not want to listen to. Actually, it's some self-promotion, but I'm going to get right into the crafting. And I'm going to start with my tip because it's related to the idea of amigurumi. Amigurumi is not just for kids as far as gifting. I do make a lot of amigurumi for children as far as charity goes, and I have plans to make some for gifts for kids, but I also make some sometimes as gift for adults, and they like it. So just keep that in mind. If you know somebody, for example, who really likes bunnies, or you know somebody who likes bears or whatever, and that person's an adult, make that person a little amigurumi. They can put it on their desk. In fact, you can, if you want, you could downsize it so it's something that they could actually put, as a decoration, as opposed to like a huge one that you might make for a child to actually snuggle with. So that's my tip, amigurumi, not just for kids. Okay, so finished objects. I have quite a few. Let's see. Oh, one I forgot to totally bring here. Oh well, I had shown you the previous episode where I was making some items for Craft Hope, and one was a double crochet scarf, a little purple scarf, and I finished it. It's not a big deal. It's not fancy at all. In fact, if you notice on my scarves, I don't like fringe, so there's no fringe. It's just a rectangle, and I trim it in single crochet. The other cool stuff, though, that I can show you is this guy. This is as usual, Fresh Stitches, Design Your Own Dragon. I've actually, this is a guy I made previously a couple months ago. Okay, and he's got a different tail. Ooh, there you go, so you can see his tail. And so this guy, I liked him a lot, and then this is leftover. You can see the leftover here. So most of this new guy is yarn from this guy, and this guy I'm using Brava worsted weight, size H hook. And this was that plus leftovers, and I did a different tail. This tail I don't like as much. This one is so cute. But I will say this guy, and he can actually stand up, like when I took pictures of him for my blog and for a Ravelry page, he can stand up with this type of tail. So that's maybe one reason if you're interested in making him as a gift for somebody that would maybe use him more as a decoration. But Yeah, he's cute. I mean, this pattern, it's set up so that you can decide what type of horns you want, the nostrils. Do you want wings or do you want scales or both, or what type of tail? So you can kind of design, pick your own design elements, but super cute. Both of these guys are these guys will be sold at my craft club's fall boutique, with proceeds going to charity. The other amigurumi I finished, which I showed you a little bit of previously, is this little dude here. Hello. This is Blair the Bunny, also a Fresh Stitches pattern. There's this little tail. Okay. He turned out pretty cute. So this I used Lion Brand Baby Soft yarn in the pastel colorway. I think it's just called pastel something colorway. And this is going to go with Craft Hope. I think I have now 2 hats, and I want to say 3 scarves, and then this guy. So I don't think I have to send these out. I don't think they're due until the deadline's like November 15th or something, but I do think I'm going to go ahead and try to get these out so that I just don't space out. Okay, so these are going soon, and I do have plenty of yarn. This is, like I mentioned in my previous podcast, because I use this yarn, which is sport weight versus worsted, which the pattern calls for. I went down to size G hook, and he worked out pretty well. So yeah, I definitely have enough. I could make another one if I wanted to, which I may or may not do at some point in the near future. All right, so works in progress. Last episode I mentioned about a scarf, and a knitted scarf, and I am working away here. Doodly-doo. Is that a hole? Is that a hole? I don't think I lost a stitch there. I don't know. Hopefully I did not. Basically what I decided to do is I have quite a bit, not a ton, but a number of skeins of baby alpaca that I picked up at the Stitch Boutique. Was it Knit and Stitch Boutique in downtown Cocoa Village, Florida? This stuff, this baby alpaca, I believe the Cascade makes this, but I have not been able to find this exact type on their website, and I don't think, let me look in the bag here. Yeah, I do have the ball band. Okay, here you go. Here's the ball band. All right, pure alpaca, baby alpaca. This is just color 3042. They don't name their colors cool names, unfortunately. But it's 100% baby alpaca, 220 yards. I think, yeah, I'm using, the needles I'm using are size US 10, 6 millimeter. Just bamboo. I think these are clover. Yeah, these are clover bamboo needles. These are actually, believe it or not, I think these are like the first knitting needles I ever bought when I took a class years ago, and could not learn for the life of me how to knit. This poor woman just could not teach me. So anywho, what I'm doing here is, it's kind of, and I think I'm going to do this for a few scarves. I'm doing, because you can see here, like it's garter, but then right here I'm alternating with knit and purl. Okay, I'm going to get that noticeable. Maybe like right there you can kind of see it. I thought just to keep it interesting, and these are really, again, ways for me to practice my knitting more so, and then eventually they will be gifts. I'm going to do kind of a, my cat is opening the window, so now it's nice and sunny in here. So she's stretched out, and then she has her paw stretched out, and then she's opening up the curtain. So it's like it comes and goes when she stretches. So anywho, these are like samplers. Okay, knit samplers is what I'm kind of thinking of them as. So I'm going to do things like seed stitch, maybe a little basket weave, and I'm not even necessarily going to count. I'm just going to go, I did a few inches of this, I'm going to do a few inches of that, and so they're going to be a little artistic, okay? But I've already thought of about 3 people to give them to who, bless their hearts, probably won't care if they're kind of like a little holy here and there, but I actually did have to stop at one point and pull some of this out because I had a massive hole. And I went back, even though I tell people, I think one of my tips was don't, just keep going. But hey, this is a gift for somebody, so I don't want a massive hole like it. It was big. So anywho, this is going, and I got quite a bit of progress. This is something actually, because it's not so intensive, I'm able to do it in front of the TV while watching Walking Dead, of course. Everybody's watching that now. And yes, I got sucked into that. Don't even ask. So that's the works in progress. What I'm planning to do in the future, one is a gift for somebody who may be watching this at some point before Christmas, so I am not going to tell you what it is. I will just say it is an amigurumi for an adult, like I mentioned, which just gave me the idea for the tip. The other one, which now I can't know if I can find the pattern because I wanted to show it to you, is called Mike the Monster. And in fact, you know what, I might have put it in my bag already because I found some yarn. No, it's Mike the Monster. It is a free pattern from Fresh Stitches, and it is, you know, Mike, what's his last name? It's from Monsters Inc., that little green guy, and that's going to be for my nephew. I've actually ordered some yarn. Unfortunately, Knit Picks, you know, they had those great sales, but they had a $6 of free yarn if you spent $15, and I needed some for Mike. I didn't quite have the right color green in my stash, and I really prefer to work with that type of acrylic if I'm going to have to deal with acrylic. Plus, the other item that I'm going to make that I can't tell you what it is has some specific unusual colors that I don't usually have in my stash. So I bought the yarn, which I haven't gotten yet. It should show up pretty soon. So I'm going to crank on those, keep working on the scarf, and maybe, you know, if I get that done, like I said, I have probably 2 more scarves that I would like to make as gifts. So that's my future crafting projects. All right, so that's kind of really it for the crafting right now. I'm doing a lot of yarn stuff again. I will be doing some card making with my craft club pretty soon, and oh, and of course I'm still making some of those felted ornaments. And in fact, it's funny because my club members, they all wanted to take home stuff, so to make more felted ornaments, which was great, and they made them, and then they brought them back to me, and like none of the ones that they made had a little loopy thing on the top. So I'm having to stitch on, I have like, I don't know, half a dozen that I'm going to have to add the little loop on, because it's an ornament. You need a loop on the top or else you can't hang it on anything, people. Okay, so I thought that was funny. It's like, yeah, because that's not the fun part. You don't want to do that part. So let the teacher do that. So yeah, teacher's going to be doing that. But anyway, as far as, again, jewelry's on the back burner. I have some ideas. Actually, I have some crochet ideas. With beads. I have a couple of designs that I'm kind of percolating in my brain, and yeah, maybe at some point closer to the end of the semester I might be able to have time to pull those out, but right now I'm cranking because I do need to make some gifts, and I also have to make like some more of these guys for selling, because I think our little boutique is like, I want to say it's like November 10th or something like that, which is not really that far away. I got a few weeks, and you know, my club does make stuff, but, you know, some of them are just learning how to crochet, so they're not going to make something like this. And these guys, last year I had some of these, and I was like, I actually almost didn't include them because originally I was thinking, well, we'll donate them, you know, the actual physical toy to one of our charity groups, like the homeless shelter. But then I thought, well, you know, I'll just put a few out there and see what happens. They all sold. All of them sold. Some of the other, my more experienced, I have just a few girls that are a little bit more experienced. They had also made it some larger amigurumis, and those all sold. So obviously these were popular. So I feel like, well, and again, if they don't sell, we just donate them, you know, as toys to the homeless shelter. So it's all good. All right, so don't forget, yeah, I'm looking at my show notes here. Do not forget that you can hook up with me over on Facebook. I'll put the link to that in my show notes, as well as a link to my YouTube channel. Again, my show notes are over at www.tammypowley. And if you want to leave at this point, I have some self-promotion, shameless self-promotion that I'm going to go into. Some of it is craft related, and then some of it is not. I will do the craft related self-promotion first if you want to stick around for that. And if you don't, I will see you in a couple of weeks. And thank you very much. And again, as usual, feel free. I get a few comments over there occasionally on my YouTube channel, so you can post over there or on my blog or whatever, and let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see more of, etc. All right, so here we go. Shameless self-promotion. First one was, voila, I got this in the mail the other day. Yip-de-doo-dah-day. This is Beads and Beyond. It's a UK magazine, and they had contacted me a while ago about doing an interview. It's called Meet and Greet, and I'm on pages 38 and 39, along with some of my jewelry. Yay! The pictures of my books. They did a nice job. I love the layout. I like, they did a nice job with the pictures. So here we go. Whoop. But if you're out and about, this magazine, which, okay, other than, my fabulous self in it, has all kinds of wonderful projects. There's like a wire wrap cabochon project. Oh, here's a cute one for beads made out of paper with text on it. Oh, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Go that way. But anyway, there's tons of projects in here. So definitely check this out. It's an odd shape because, the UK, they don't have 8 by 11. I can't remember what their standard paper size is. But this is available. What is the price? It says £4.50. I don't know, 4.50 pounds. But I know I've seen this in Barnes & Noble before. So this was sent directly to me from the editors in the UK. So I have the UK version, I'm sure. But like I said, I've seen this at Barnes & Noble. So this is a really cool magazine, so check it out. Let's see, the other thing that is shameless self-promotion as far as crafting goes is Hola! Yes, this is a book I wrote. Actually, I didn't write it. At the time, I was working on another book, and I was under contract, and it's part of the contract, which is this is very stinky, but a lot of publishers do this. They say that you have a non-compete clause. Yeah, so I could not write another book, but I was able to work with the author, Heather Dismore. Yeah, Heather Dismore. I knew it was Heather, but I couldn't remember her last name. On this, she's written a lot of dummy books. But anyway, this is called Jewelry and Beading for Dummies. And I worked with her as the creative consultant, so I'm not on the cover as far as the title goes, but on the inside, it says Gracia Tammy Powley. You cannot see. That's the little note there. Gracia Tammy Powley. And then a whole bunch of stuff that I can't read because I don't know Spanish. I don't know how to speak it. I don't know how to read it. I do know it says Gracia and my name. Por su trabajo en la primera, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I have no idea what it says. But I got 3 copies of this. I don't get royalties for this book. In fact, royalties, I have learned, are kind of a bunch of baloney. But anywho, so I have had royalties on some other books that I've done, and I've actually gotten a few royalty checks, which was so cool to just get a check in the mail out of nowhere. Here's, $1,000. Yay! I love that. But that does not happen very often, and the publishers have all these ways for you to not get royalties. Sneaky ways. I won't go into detail, but unless you have some super smarty pants working on your contract and you're super duper important so that they'll let you change 5,000 things in the contract, good luck with that. What I've done recently when I've done the last few books, I've just asked for more money up front and said, I'm not gonna have a hissy about whether I have royalties or not. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not suggesting this for anybody. I'm just saying that for me, that's what I've done. But anyway, this is kind of cool. I hadn't seen this book in a while. This is, I don't even remember what year I did this in, but it was a long time ago. So that is the end of the self-promotion as far as crafting goes. Now, this next self-promotion has nothing to do with crafting, and I'll probably talk for at least 5 or so minutes. So if you want, again, see me later, bye. All right, so the other thing I was going to talk about is a number of times I have probably mentioned, just kind of passing in my previous podcast, about being a consultant for 31. 31 is a direct sales company, and if you're not familiar, they sell bags. In fact, let me add a shot here. I have tons of these zipper bags in the background there. It's actually there. There's a bag there that I use for books and magazines and stuff like that. I have tons and tons of their bags. I've been selling sorry, coconut, I just squished your tail. I've been selling 31, I've been selling as a 31 consultant for about a year and a half, and some people may go, well, why don't you sell your crafts? Why aren't you doing that? You know, I have done that. I did that for years. I did art shows. And just without going into a huge amount of detail, it's just not fun. It makes crafting a job as opposed to just enjoying it. And that is something that I have struggled a lot. In fact, one reason I'm kind of taking a break from the jewelry, honestly, is just every time I make something, all of a sudden I'm taking step out photos, and you know, it just changes the whole dynamic of what you're doing when all of a sudden everything you make you have to worry about selling it or writing an article about it or whatever, you know, using it in a book. Not that I'm against that. Hey, I still have my shingle out there. If anybody wants me to write a craft book, I'm all over that. But as far as selling the finished product, I'm not interested in that. I do, however, like having a little side business. I've almost always had some kind of side business, again, usually crafting. It's nice to have a little mad money, and it's, you know, usually a hobby business, so I'm not making big buckaroonies, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm hanging up my 31 bag as far as being a consultant, because it's just, long story short, it's just not viable for a long period of time. I have lots of bags now. My friends have lots of bags, bless their hearts. And I will probably continue to buy their bags because I really like their products, but it's just not a sustainable business for me. And some people make it work, and God bless them. All right, that's awesome. I really just can't make it work, and I don't have the time to put into it because I have a real full-time job that's very demanding. I just want to piddle around a little bit. So that being said, been doing a lot of research on other direct sales companies, because these are the way with a direct sales company is you get, you know, you're part of them. So you don't have to create marketing material. You don't have to make every single thing you want to sell. I mean, there's a lot of pros to it. Obviously, there's a lot of cons to it too, but it's what appeals to me right now. And if you saw, let's see, I'm trying to remember what episode. Was it episode 5, I want to say, or 4, where I had my sister on as a guest on my podcast. She was wearing some mascara, and she was all freaking out about it because she has not been able to wear any eye makeup, mascara, or eyeshadow, or whatever for years because of some allergies that she has, which I really wasn't completely aware of that much. I knew she had them, but I didn't realize it got to the point where she couldn't even wear mascara. She discovered Moonstruck 3D Fiber Lash from Younique, which the company is called Younique, Younique, and she's able to wear it. And so so anyway, she told me about it. She showed it to me. She was wearing it during that podcast, and I started looking into the company more. I heard about them when I was doing my just general research, looking around at different companies. They had a really good reputation, but I hadn't really decided on anything. So I thought, okay, let me look at them more closely. And I like the fact that they really strive to use natural ingredients. Of course, it's impossible especially with makeup, because you have to have preservatives and stuff like that. So it's almost impossible to have 100% natural makeup. If somebody claims that, I don't believe them. But most of their ingredients are 100% natural, and it's very full disclosure. You get on their website, it lists, not only does it list the ingredients, but it has like a lot of times underneath the list, there's like a glossary, so it tells you, again, what the ingredients are and a definition explaining what that ingredient is, so I really like that. So if you have some allergies like my sister, you can get on and see exactly what's in there, whether or not you can use it or not. Another thing I like is that they do not test on animals, and all of their products are cruelty-free. So that's, for me, as an animal lover, that is huge. I will not work with a company that tests on animals. That's horrible. What was the other thing? Oh, they are switching over so that most of their products, they're not able to do all of them, but a large number of their products will now be made in the U.S. Again, I love that. That's amazing. It is going to mean that some of their products go up in price. For example, their pigment eyeshadow is going to go up a couple of dollars because it's going to be made in the U.S. now, but I'm good with that. I'm okay with paying $2 more and having it made here in the US. That's wonderful. So those were the biggies that really kind of sold me on them. Also, I got the kit, like all these direct sales companies, you order the kit, and the kit has enough supplies to get you started with the business. And some people are just kit nappers, which I kind of thought about, kit napper, where you just buy the kit, you have no plans of ever selling any of the products, which of course came to my mind. But once I started using the products, I was pretty much sold. I was like, these are quality products. And I think it's sustainable because I use makeup every day just about. If I walk out of the house, I have some makeup on, let's put it that way. Also, they have beauty, skincare products, which of course, I wash my face every day. So again, these are items that I use. And I started looking at some of my own products that I was using. A lot of the makeup, for example, had talc in it. And I won't go into detail, but Google talc, and then you will probably want to throw out all your eyeshadow and powder and that kind of thing. I did, at least. So I'm going to talk about just a couple of products that I was really super impressed with. And I thought of showing you my kit that I got, which has tons. It has the 3D fiber lash. If you get on Google or YouTube, there are a zillion people who show off the fiber lash mascara, so I'm not going to really talk about that. It's amazing. I love it. The only people I have seen who don't like it on YouTube are people who don't use it correctly, because there is a specific way to apply it. So if you don't apply it correctly, if you don't follow the directions, it's not going to work, duh. But anyway, other than the kit, and like I said, the kit changes. It's changed already, so I'm not going to show you what's in my kit because you couldn't get it anyway. But otherwise, what I ended up buying to start off with was the cleaner, because my cleaner was getting ready to go and I really wasn't happy with it. It wasn't getting all my makeup off. And then also this primer. It's called Glorious. The cleaner is called Illuminate, and they have two types, clean and clear. The clean, which is this white tube, which is what I have. Yeah, it's clean. Double checking. Here you go. This is used for dry to regular skin, and since I'm a mature lady, I have dry to regular skin. The clear is used for oily skin, so if you have some acne issues, you would probably want to try that. And then the Glorious is a primer, which I've heard of using primers before, never had used them until now. This is on special for October, so you get $5 what they call Y cash back, which you can use towards any product for the rest of the year. This stuff really works. I was really surprised. Now the other thing that, and I don't know if it's because of this or both of these together that this has happened, but I've noticed my face has felt a lot softer. I kind of think it's this. And I've also noticed my rosacea, which at one point was so bad that one of my previous dermatologists, who then retired, so I have somebody else now, she was all over me about doing something about it. And with rosacea, some of it's related to your diet, like anything any spicy food or acidic food can cause the rosacea. But I wasn't going to change the way I'm eating. I'm like, okay, so it can never have salsa again? That's stupid. I'm not, I'll just put makeup on. She also gave me some medication, some cream medication, and it worked, but I would forget to use it. And then I found out that it was really, really expensive. So I was like, okay, I don't want to buy medication for my face. Plus, what is in that stuff? It could have steroids or who knows what. And I've had other medications, like I get really dark circles under my eyes sometimes because of my allergies, and I have gotten, again, from another dermatologist something for that, but he warned me not to use it a lot because it makes your skin, it thins your skin, because that does have steroids in it. So I was like, so anyway, that aside, my rosacea it's not totally gone. When I don't have my makeup on, I'm still a little pink around here, but I was bright red at one point, and I don't know, is it this, is it this, is it both of them? My sister just bought this, the one that bought the mascara. She just bought this from me, so I'm really curious. Now, she does not have rosacea, but I am curious just to hear what she says about, does it make her skin feel softer? I have heard that people who've used the the clear version of this for oily skin have seen a dramatic difference as far as acne goes. But whether or not that's really the case, I don't know. So, boy, I guess I'm talking so much that my screen went down. So, yeah, so anyway, I love these. And well, the other thing too is with all of these products so far, a little goes a long way. A little dab will do you. I think I use like a pea size, like teeny tiny little bit. And it's just regular. You wash, when you get up, you wash your face, right? You wash it before you go to bed. You wash your face if you're getting your makeup off. This is what you would use. The other thing that I totally love, and I want to get some more colors in, are the lip gloss. These come with little mirrors on the back, which they're not great mirrors. They're okay. I mean, you can kind of see yourself. But if you were someplace where you had no mirror and you felt like you needed it to get this on, it would work. This is called Love Sick, this color. Get up there. It's kind of between like a pinkish and a reddish. Again, I was pretty surprised at how well this stays on. I'm wearing it right now. The lighting in here is kind of freaky, though. I have a huge window here, so if you've noticed, it's kind of gone back and forth where it's real light, then it gets dark. But anyway, they have 9 other colors other than this, and I probably want at least, I would say of the 10 colors total, 8 I really like. A couple are kind of just not, I don't have the skin tone to carry them off. But the other ones I really, at least a couple that for sure I'm going to get pretty soon, because these I've been really happy with. Before using this, I was using just regular, lipstick from the grocery store or whatever. I don't live near a mall, so don't tell me, oh, you could go here, you could go to Clinique. You can't. I mean, unless I want to drive 40 minutes in traffic, deal with the mall crowd. I don't want to drive 2 hours to get lip gloss. I'm just not going to do that. So I'm an online shopper. And even if the mall was probably down the street, I probably wouldn't go, because I just don't like to go to malls. But definitely because it's such a big deal for me to get to a mall, shopping online works for me. And I will leave my URL as far as my Younique page if you want to go check some of the stuff out. And of course, you can contact me if you have questions. I don't know if I will be talking about Younique in every episode, unless, and if I do, like I said, I'll put it at the end, so you can just turn it off if you've had enough. But yeah, I just wanted to share because I'm excited. I love these products, and I think this might be a sustainable little hobby business for me. The other thing that I really like, I'm almost done. When you have a party, or for example, if you bought this in the month of October and get $5 what they call Y cash, you don't have to use it right away. For example, if you're doing a 31 party, you get free products. You get, like, for example, if you have a $200 party with 31, you get $25 in free stuff, but you have to use it right then, right away, part of the party. If you get this and you get $5, or you have a party with them and get, whatever, say $20 in free stuff, you have an entire year to use it. So say you buy this and you really like it, and 6 months, 8 months down the road, you're running out of it, you can use that $5 to get more of this. You don't have to use it right away. There's not, a year, that's a fabulous time limit. So yeah, I love that. Or also when you have a party, you can also get half off an item, again, through the whole year. So if you down the road think, you've used like 2 or 3 things and you really like it, and you think, well, I want one of their collections. They have like a collection where it comes in a makeup kit, and you get like all the skincare or all the eye makeup or whatever, like a whole bunch of stuff together, and it's discounted 20% about if you do it that way. You could get that half off down the road. So you could either use it to try new products, or you can use it to, replace something that you already like. But I just love the fact that you have a year. That's amazing. And I really don't know of any other direct sales companies that really do that. As far as I know, you kind of have to use it or lose it. So that was another big draw for me, that you can just kind of bank those Y cash credits and use it when it works for you. All right, so that's it. I am on almost 35 minutes of yammering. Oh my God. I appreciate anybody who has stayed with me this long. And again, I will see you in a couple of weeks with more crafty goodness. And again, hang out at my tammypowley.com website for any handy URLs in my show notes. And have a wonderful next 2 weeks and wonderful crafting experiences.